All right, guys, it is Wednesday, August 3rd, and we are just coming off of our Summit, 2016 Summit in Nashville, Tennessee, and we were all super psyched. There were 10 of us there from Team Fit and Fulfilled, which was awesome because last year there were only 4 of us there. And it just shows that we are growing, and Summit is just such a powerful, powerful experience. If you guys were following along with our posts while we were there, hopefully you could feel that energy. Hopefully you were able to follow along to the live broadcasts and see all that is coming out with Beachbody in the next 6 months, all the announcements. One of the things that I really love about this company is that it's always evolving. And there's always something new on the horizon so that we're able to keep up with all of the new trends in our industry. But the really cool thing too is that it's a company with such integrity that we stay true to our mission, which is to help other people live happy and fulfilling lives, healthy and fulfilling lives. So it's not like we're ever diving into something that's totally out of our, market, but we're always coming up with new products, new programs, new platforms to reach more people. And I think one of the most powerful things about the entire weekend, aside from the energy level, was seeing actually the impact that we have on other people. We often get so caught up in the coaching aspect and being stuck behind the computer. And we don't talk, I feel like, enough in our team about our challengers and about their successes, but really that's where this all starts. That's where the root of all of this is. And sitting in the stadium this weekend with 25,000 other coaches and seeing people share their journey and their successes, and then even just having private conversations with other coaches who have, lost weight or gone off medication or, changed their lives completely was just such a humbling thing. Because like I said, I think we can get so caught up, we're recognized so often for our rank and for those kinds of accolades and accomplishments, but really it comes down to our challengers and the lives that we have the ability to transform. So that was really cool. And that was really humbling. Before we kick off, and tonight what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a summit recap. I'm not going to go too much into the specifics of all of the programs and products and things that are coming out because honestly, I don't want to waste your time. Those are things that you can very easily go into the Coach Online office and follow in the FAQ. And in fact, I really encourage you to do that because I just think that when you go and get the information for yourself, you take ownership. And it just, it strengthens you as a coach, as a leader, and as the CEO of your own business, which each and every one of you are. So what I wanted to start off with tonight is a video that was compiled by a fellow coach of ours, Jamie Messina. She put together, Jamie is really, really talented. And if you guys are familiar with country music or you've been following the breaking news with Country Heat, you know that Jody Messina is a country singer, and she's actually wrote some of the exclusive songs for Country Heat. And Jamie is actually her cousin, and it's no secret that talent is in their genes. So Jamie put together a rap based on her experience at Summit, and she put it to a slideshow of just different pictures and moments from Summit. So I just wanted to share that with you because I feel like words, you've seen my pictures, you've seen other coaches on our team and their pictures, but this just really sums up the experience in a really nice way. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to get back to you guys, and then we have a few coaches who want to share their top takeaways and their experience, and then we're going to talk about what to do next. We're all on this post-summit high, or maybe you're on a post-summit jealousy that you weren't there, but what do we do next? How can we use that to fuel us forward? So I'm going to go ahead and screen share with you guys. Hopefully you can see. If you can't see when I do this, send me a text because I won't be able to see you. Let's see. All right. Okay. No, you can't. Good? You can see it? Bags packed, I'm headed to Summit. That's where all the coaches go.
cowboy up, you dream it will. It always plenty of room to grow. Obstacles we overcome it. Hear my voice, we won't take no. Wondering just how we've done it. Take a seat and get in the know. I'm sitting in an Uber on the way to the airport, getting all excited cause the ball is in my court. You know it's not about you and me, it's way bigger than that. Just take a minute to see power to change, not wait for the path. And what's better than that, I'll let you do the math. And while you're wasting time, I'll be changing lives. Stronger every day, giving strangers high fives. Catching up with friends at local dives. Head back early though, I gotta work out at 5. 25 down because we roll deep. Yes, we met on Facebook and no, that don't mean you're a creep. I brought my energize, I got no time to sleep. Gotta look my best for when I see Carl D. Get me in the front row to catch Gary V. Autumn in the gang got me yelling hee-haw. In a southern draw, the leaders in this business, they all got me in awe. Drop my hand to the floor to pick up my jaw. My emotions up and down.
Is it still not showing? No. Shoot. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it to go. Now?
That's where all the coaches go. Cowboy up, you dream it will drum it. Always plenty of room to grow. Obstacles we overcome it. Hear my voice, we won't take no. Wondering just how we've done it. Take a seat and get in the know. As I think of the ripple in this ocean of faces, what if Carl's plan took me 2 different places? Where would I be if I never began? Would have never woke up, got my head off the sand. It all started with the DVD and a shake, but it goes deeper than that. Make no mistake, I crossed Mitchell's path and I believe it was fate. January 7th, yup, still remember the date. I was lower than low with the plan to get out, to discover what this life's all about. Had to change my mindset, erase all the doubt. Realize I can change, not just sit there and pout. You have the power, step up and transform. Trust and believe that you're not part of the norm. You're on this path for a reason, now to understand why. You won't reach the right people if you never even try. Put your hands together and look up to the sky. You can help someone choose to live and not die. Start living your truth, stop living a lie. There's no secret to this future, it lays in your hands. Whether you're up on the stage or you're out in the stands, just focus on your vision, your purpose, your plan. And remember, yes you can. Yes, you can. Bag is packed, I'm headed to Summit. That's where all the coaches go. Cowboy up, you dream it, will drum it. Always plenty of room to grow. Obstacles, we overcome it. Hear my voice, we won't take no. Wondering just how we've done it. Take a seat and get in the know.
All right. Okay, so hopefully you guys could see that. I know it froze at some point, but like I said, I just wanted to share that with you because it just, I think, sums up a lot of what we experienced. And, you know, I think too, like, I'm just going through my thoughts as I'm talking to you guys, but one of the things that I was thinking the other day, and I had commented to someone was, you know, I often just feel like we are lucky enough to be building a career that feels more like a family. You know, it's amazing. I think this was one of my biggest takeaways was sitting in the stadium on Saturday night, and they were announcing all of the elite coaches, and all of the elite coaches go up on stage. And as they were coming off of the stage, they were, you know, walking down the steps, which was like, you know, they're all in heels and gowns and whatever. And they were every single person who walked down, like, held the hand of the person next to them, and they all walked off the stage. And I just remember thinking, you know, that struck a chord with me, because if you are an outsider and you don't understand this business and you don't understand just this network of coaches, you might think to yourself, well, you know, why would you support another coach on another team when essentially they're your competition? Or some people will say, you know, this market is saturated. There's 400,000 coaches. How could I possibly succeed? And I think when it comes down to it, like, that vision for me that is stuck in my mind of those coaches holding hands, and just even me looking through my pictures and seeing the importance of these relationships that we have with one another, like, that's what sets us apart, I think, from other organizations out there and from other jobs that I have had ever. Because we do support one another, and regardless, because we're each our own individual person, and we each have our own unique spin on this business that we can take. You know, sitting and masterminding with some of the coaches who were there this weekend, you know, I remember talking with like just, you know, brainstorming, how can we grow our businesses, and how can we each individually take our strengths and use them to build this business. And so, like, just to use for example quickly, and I know Brindice talked about it earlier, Brindice is really into cooking healthy, or cooking desserts, like she's into dessert. And so we were having a conversation about healthy dessert, and we, you know, sitting there just kind of talking through it, said, well, wait a minute, that's your thing. Like, this is going to be your thing that sets you apart. You are going to talk about healthy desserts, and you're going to tie that in and attract people that way, because you're sharing your passion. And when you stay true to yourself in this business and find the thing that you're good at and that you're passionate about, that's when you will have an authentic business. If you're so focused on the numbers game and the Success Club points and the income and the earnings, and you just kind of, you know, are basic and you just do what everybody else is doing, you're not going to have success, because it's not going to be you. But if you take your unique, you know, personality and you pour that into this, you're going to be successful. And so that was one of the things that we definitely learned this weekend, I think, for sure. And it was just really cool to put our heads together and work together. Another thing before I turn it over is, you know, we listened to Gary Vaynerchuk. He was the speaker, the keynote speaker. And if you are familiar with him, he is a pint-sized, straight-shooting kind of Jersey guy. And, you know, it was funny because you're sitting there in a room with, you know, they split us in half. So let's say 15,000 coaches listening to this guy. And we're all Beachbody coaches, obviously. And he's obviously paid to do this. And he was basically like, you are not working hard enough. If you're sitting in these seats, 95% of you, I think he said, are not working hard enough. And he went on, and there were other things that keep like replaying in my mind that he was saying, but it was really a rude awakening at some points, because it's true. You know, a lot of times we have the misconception that we can sit behind our computer, we can run a group here and there, we can do different things, and, you know, it'll just come to us. And if we want this, like he was, you know, saying, if you think that you're going to, you know, retire, or you're going to build your dream home, or you're going to send your kids to college, don't think it's going to be because you sign Susie and, you know, John, and now you're sitting pretty. Like, it doesn't work that way. It takes hard work, like anything else in the world. The difference is this is hard work that we're passionate about. And again, that goes back to finding your passion. So I thought that was like, yeah, absolutely. You know, it isn't an easy thing. And I hear so often, and I have said this myself, like in the beginning, when you first start out as a coach and you first start putting your transformation out there and you're sharing, people just kind of come to you. You know, that's when attraction market is at its peak, because you're in your warm market. But over time, you do have to reach out to people. Now, that doesn't mean you're cold calling. It doesn't mean you're banging down people's doors and just word vomiting on them. It means that you're, you know, taking interest and taking stock in people's lives, and you're taking interest in them, and you're listening to them and their goals. And, you know, I was listening to the National Wake Up Call today, and Carl Deichler was even talking about this, and he was saying, you know, when you're talking to someone, if you're really interested in their goals, when they tell you, no, you know, I want to lose 30 pounds, but I don't want to do it right now, like it's not the right time, it's up to you, if you're really interested in them, to say, well, why not right now? Like, you want to feel good. Why would you not want to do it now? And it's, you know, get the conversation going, but don't just think, you know, if you're just sitting there and you just have people coming to you and the conversation almost seems too easy, and you're not talking to them about their goals, and they're just reaching out and saying, hey, I want to buy that 21-day fix thing. A lot of times those are the people who are just, you know, just going to kind of do it, and they're not really going to lean on you for your support. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, you know, we're all in this business for different reasons, and we all have different goals. But if you have big, hairy, scary goals like I have, then you have to listen to what Gary Vaynerchuk was saying and work hard. And know that, you know, it's not going to fall into your lap. And it may mean that, you know, if, you know, you are sitting there saying, I don't have time, but you're watching the Bachelorette, I think it was on, I don't even know, Bachelorette finale to see who she picked. You've got time, you know? So just, you know, just make sure that your actions align to your goals. And one last thing before I turn it over, you guys, as I said, I like to talk. I did a video about this today, actually. Just because I was inspired by Gary Vaynerchuk. And I talked about having patience and hard work, because this is not an overnight success business. Just like we don't want our challengers to think it's a quick fix of anything. You know, they're not going to do one round of the 21-day fix and be done and, you know, keep those results and whatever. It's a lifelong thing. And that's how I feel about this business too. It's not an overnight success. It's not, you know, a get rich quick scheme. It's just not. And so you have to put in the work. So, and be patient. There are going to be ups and there are going to be downs in your business, and you just have to ride them out, because in those times where you feel like, oh my gosh, I couldn't do this. I can't do this anymore. I'm struggling so much. I don't know how I'm going to, you know, whatever. That's when you find your motivation. That's when you become stronger and you find the message in your mess. So that's what I've got for right now. Like I said, there are tons of announcements I could go through, but I'd rather you guys hear from us and our takeaways in how, you know, this was my second summit, but for most of the people who are going to share tonight, and those of us, if you haven't seen yet, a few people posted live today in our team page, it was their first summit. So I want you to really hear from them and what their experience and their takeaways were. So we've got Evelyn and Kat on, and I think if Jen isn't on already, she's going to be on. So Ev, do you want to start?
So this was my first summit, and you know, when we got there, Chrysanthi and I got there very early compared to what I felt like was the rest of the people there. But even just walking in, there was this like incredible rush and excitement and just overall, like I can't even explain it. Like you got this like tickle in your chest and this like I wanted to skip down the street because I felt so empowered by just being there. Like it was just such an incredible feeling, and everybody around you was turning around and smiling at you, and everybody you could tell was excited about what was going to happen over the next couple of days. And then as we started to go to most of our trainings, you know, I think something that I found that was a common thread that really for me struck a chord was that you have to work hard. And I know you guys have heard this from Chrysanthi already, and a couple of the other people that have posted in their videos said the same thing. But again, it was, you know, work hard. This doesn't fall into your lap. You can make this business whatever you want it to be. And that is beautiful. But if you want this to be your bread and butter, if you want this to be your job, and you want to grow because you have so much passion for it, then they said, you know, you need to make sure that you put in those hours. When everybody else is, you know, sitting on the beach, when everybody else is taking that extra half hour, you know, to sleep, or when people are sitting by the pool with their kids, take that half hour and you do the work. And over time, that will pay off. So that really was, you know, for me, that kept ringing in my head. And the other thing that was stressed a lot and that I saw a lot was success partners or accountability partners. Every single one of the top coaches that was up on that stage speaking to us, each of them had a success partner or accountability partners that they worked with, meaning they are individuals that they talk to every day. They are coaches, and every day they bounce ideas off each other. It's almost as if they are there to help each other out. When one is down, the other helps pick the other up. They, you know, it's your business partner, essentially, somebody that is in it with you to win it. And I think it is so important to find that person. And, you know, you may not find that person right away, but I think having a success partner is definitely going to help keep you sane. You know, the days that you are feeling that low that Chrysanthi is talking about, you know, that success partner is going to help pick you up, or is going to talk you off the ledge, so to speak, right? And that kind of goes back into what Chrysanthi was saying, that, you know, everything takes time, you know, just like losing the weight or seeing muscle definition or having results in your accountability groups, you know, for your customers. Your business is going to take time, and you're going to have to put in that love, sweat, and tears to get there, but you will get there as long as you want it. And you really need to be in tune with what your why is, because that why is what's going to push you ultimately to get where you want to be, no matter what it is that your goal is. That is really going to push you. And then lastly, forming relationships, deep relationships with your customers, with your coaches, with your peers, your peer coaches, with your upline, forming relationships so that you understand each other. They are your tribe. They are your people. They are what is going to fuel your fire. They are what is going to make them successful. They are what is going to make you successful. They are what is going to drive your business. And I mean that in like every sense of the way. Again, this is not necessarily talking monetarily. We're talking, if you have a great relationship with your coaches, they are going to be more responsive, and they are going to ask questions, and they are going to be more willing to potentially work with you for whatever, their goal is, your goal is. So, and the same goes for your challengers. You want to have a deep relationship or a good relationship with them, because if they are struggling, you want to be able to reach out to them and say, hey, what's going on? Why are you struggling? Let me help you. Let me find out how I can help you. Because, you want them to succeed, right? Your ultimate goal is to help people change their lives. It's to help them better their life, because that's why they came to you in the first place. So being able to talk to them and being able to push them in a friendly way, obviously, that is a huge part. And that's hard to do if you don't have a good connection or relationship with them. So I think those are, gosh, there's so many takeaways, but that's like my biggest takeaway so far.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree with all those things. Yeah. I love the success partner thing. Like I said, the word that just keeps popping into my head is family. Like, we're like a family, I love the word tribe. Like, it's just awesome. All right. Kath, you want to go? You unmute you?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Hi. I was trying to operate my fancy Lumi to see if it made me look better, but hello. All right. Okay. So, all right. So my takeaways. So just like Evelyn said, I mean, there are so many. So many. And the fact that I was a coach last summer when I could have attended my first summit and my family was going on vacation. So I didn't get my ticket. We had planned the vacation in advance. And I remember sitting on the couch in the beach house that we were renting with my parents, and Chrysanthi was posting, all over the place, from Summit, from her live workouts, pictures in the stadium and all these things. And the second that the tickets were available, I texted my coaches, which I had 3 at the time, and I said, guys, let's do this. Like, we're going. And that's why Evelyn got her ticket. And that's, honestly, it was the same exact thing that I want everyone to feel, that energy and that motivation to go as you do today, listening to us talk and looking at our pictures and looking at our posts. I urge you to not be sad, to not be jealous, to not be envious, to not wish that you had gone. I urge you instead to be super motivated and excited to go in 2017. I was in your shoes. I was listening to the recap. I really wanted to make this work, but I really wished that I had gone. And I spent a little too much time being like, dang, and listen, life happens, shit happens. There are so many people that think they can go and then can't, or so many people that start between A and B and then they're psyched to go. Remember this moment and remember how you feel right now about how excited you are to go, and carry that through, because that's a year from now. So where can you imagine yourself being a year from now, and remembering how we're not just shining this amazing light on Summit to like brainwash you guys. It was freaking amazing. So, you know, the pictures that Krisanthi posted that I saw that I was, you know, like I wish that I had gone, were that feeling that she had, that she was trying to just shout from the rooftops, was the same exact feeling I had when I was there. And just a quick story, and then my takeaways for tonight are all about recruiting, because that was my favorite session of the entire time, the entire time, with Megan Ewaldson. Like, I just love her. She just gave us so many free tips. So, but the quick story is that I'm a diamond coach. I, you know, strive to move my business forward. I'm looking very closely at the leadership ladder as opposed to, you know, star diamonds, because they kind of work hand in hand these days, and it's an important thing. So my goals were set before I went, but my goals were completely concrete after being there for literally like 6 hours. And it was because, like, it was weird. Like, I love my team. My team loves me, and everyone seemed to understand the fact that Krisanthi had, you know, an amazing way to share the opportunity to like kind of bring some of us along with her, and some of these really awesome, you know, tickets she had or whatever she had because of her rank. And the first night there was opening ceremonies in the stadium, and she was like, you know, I want to bring you as my guest down on the field. And, you know, she, like I said, you know, Krisanthi went last year, you know, she experienced the other side. Like, she, you know, she knew what it felt like to be important and be down there. And yet, you know, she was probably caught up in all of the amazingness herself. And so knew she wanted a buddy and picked me. And I mean, she was not, I mean, we're friends, so I know that it was helpful just for us to like hang out. But, you know, I thanked her like crazy, because I was like, oh my God, like, that's amazing. Like, you're totally like asking me to sit front row at a concert. Like, yes, you know? And when I went down there and I started meeting some coaches that, again, like, C is so humble, and she, you know, is a part of the Melanie's downline, like, you know, she's Melanie's coach. So she knows a lot of the coaches personally that I've just been following on Facebook for like 2 years. And I'm friends with them on Facebook, but like not friends with them. And like, anytime I met any of those faces, I geeked out, and I was like, hi, okay, like, that's all. And I was totally being like my nervous self that I can be, not like this extrovert that you guys know. When I meet new people, sometimes I do get a little skittish. I get like back into my whole groove of like feeling like, what if they don't like me? My self-confidence is a little low. And the energy was just so high the whole entire time that no one even had time to give me a second glance. They're like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And then like everyone's like running around and stuff. And so I just sat there and I just took it all in. And I realized that the whole entire point of being down there with Krisanthi was for that, you know, for that feeling, for that idea of what it would be like to be rewarded for my hard work, and to be recognized for my hard work, because essentially she was also recognized for a few things. And you know, she didn't fall into this lucky. She's been working her ass off since last year. And so, you know, for me to be a part of it was an awesome honor. So thanks. Sorry. I think the reason why it's so amazing is because doesn't matter where you're sitting, you honestly get the opportunity to see what everybody else is experiencing right next to you. And everyone is so supportive of one another. Like, you know, like Evelyn was saying, like, and even like what Krisanthi was saying, like, accountability partners and buddies that you're walking off stage with hand in hand. It's not a facade. It's not fake. It's something that, like, it's true, it's real, and you feel the energy all around you, and it's like just something you want to be a part of. And so you want to work harder to be a part of that, like for real. Like I want my own seat, and I want to bring my, like, I'm still going to sit next to you, babe, but you know, I'll have my own buddy too, you know? And like, so that was my aha moment, my like total come to Jesus, like that's it, I'm done, I'm ready. And it was a cool experience, and it did feel like I was like VIP at a concert, so it was awesome. Okay, so the only thing that I mean, there were so many takeaways, but the one thing that I really wanted to share with you guys was the fact that there was this session about recruitment. Like some of the sessions you go to are things that you're like, I kind of already knew that, but some of the sessions, these coaches selflessly give you, like they feed you secrets. And it's pretty cool because if you take notes and you remember what it's all about, then you're like, oh, that's a great idea. So a couple of things were just about being a top recruiter. It was all about, and usually is, it was all about simplifying your steps, making sure that you always, you know, treat it with heart and soul when you're talking to people about becoming a coach, but to start with your challengers, to start with your challenge group, and to always make sure that your challenge group is your primary focus, because the more focus you put on them and the more consistency you give to them, the more likely they're going to feel that vibe from you, trust you, want to be a part of your team, and do the same thing. It, you know, you'll recruit people who have never been in a challenge group before, but your challengers are who get to know you the best. And so, you know, switching from challenger to coach is one of the most essential ways to create a valuable team, a team of coaches who really you can trust too, who you know, they know you, and the dedication has already, the commitment's already been set. So that was a really great tip. Now, the whole entire part of identifying coach potential, and this is just what I'm going to leave you with, is, well, actually, it's funny because I just named my team Empowerment Empire recently, and she kept using that word empowerment, because really it was like, you're paying attention to personalities in the challenge group. You know, you're trying to gauge whether or not you have, like if you have someone who is a high participator, who is posting every day, who's posting motivational quotes, who's inspiring other people, commenting on other people's posts, there's always one or two challengers in your group who are like that. And those are the people who are very easy for you to reach out to early on and say, you're rocking this group, you need to be a coach. Like my approach to people lately has been like, because I'm out, like, I mean, it depends on your personality, but like, I'll reach out to them and I'll be like, don't, like, this isn't a question. You're joining my sneak peek because you're going to be a coach. Cause I just know you are, like, cause you're awesome and you should be. And those are the kinds of people that are really easy because they're high participation, and you know that they would work really well as a coach, and you can give them that recognition right off the bat. So then for the low participation, but they're getting good results, like those people who are kind of wallflowers and they sit off on the side, and then all of a sudden at the end of the group, they're like, I lost 15 pounds. Thanks so much. And you're like, I didn't do anything. Like those people that'll pop up every once in a while because they followed the program. They were good. They knew what they needed to do. They didn't need to ask a whole lot of questions. They didn't need to hold your hand a whole lot, but it worked really, really well for them. Those are the ones that A, are perfect for a discount, and they will definitely appreciate knowing that that's available. And then B, you can start talking to them about how, you know, I really want you to have the discount, but I also want you to know how you can get it paid for. And then you start that way, because they're not necessarily comfortable with being all out as a coach, but they do like the idea of getting their Shakeology paid for, because they obviously have they've gotten great results and this has really worked for them. So the way to change that kind of challenger into a coach is by talking to them about how they can get their Shakeology paid for. And then between the two, she was saying that, you know, if you think about it, more than 50% of your challengers right off the bat are going to be perfect to recruit for coaching. Don't ever think there's a challenger in your group who has not thought about it. They've all thought about it. And if you don't give them the opportunity to say no, you're never going to know whether or not they appreciated your outreach. You know, most of the time, like when you say that to them, like, I think that you would benefit from this, that you would like this. Some people would be like flattered. Wow, I can't believe you thought that I had potential to be a coach. That's pretty awesome. Or telling them, I really want to share this discount opportunity with you. I always get thank yous for that, because people will say, I had no idea. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, I will sign up as a coach for the discount. So just don't, you know, factor out any potential coach in that way from your challenge group. And there are so many other things, but that's what I wanted to share with you guys. That's it.
Oh my gosh. You made me cry. But seriously, I love that, because I have no words. Great takeaways. Like, you just, yeah. And, you know, I have to just say really quickly, like, I so many times turned and said to Kathy this weekend, like, that just because she was, well, no, not because, whatever. Like, she just truly, from the time she started, I've always admired the fact that, like, you lead with heart. And that's something that, you know, like I said, it's so easy to get caught up in the rank and the numbers and the success and the, you know, recognition. But the heart of this business is leading with your heart. And when you're true to that, and you're true to wanting to help people and listen to people, and not just listen to wait for your turn to talk or listen to close the deal, like, that's when you're going to be successful. And it may not be that you're going to go, you know, diamond in 30 days that way, or, you know, that you're going to be the next whatever top 10 coach in 6 months, but it means that you're going to have, like Kathy was saying, have a team and have a following and have challengers who are successful and who trust in you and who are there with you forever. You know, that's what it's all about. So awesome. Thank you. All right. Jen and Kim are on. So Jen, you want to go next before Brandon does some more jumping jacks?
Yeah, thank God. He's out walking the dog right now, so I think we're safe.
I thought he was naked.
Well, yeah, I don't think he realized you guys could see him, and I assume I shouldn't have told him that, because then he's like, oh, well. Oh my God. But anyway, no, but what you were just saying about leading with heart, there is a quote that I didn't get to sit in on Val Bazzo and Katie Ursa, but I was just watching their presentation today. And one of their quotes was, we do not deserve an income without making an impact. And I think that that's like a really like powerful statement, because really the way to be successful in this business is to do it with heart and to make a difference in people's lives. And they were talking a lot about the mission statement of Beachbody, which is to help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. So, I was actually sharing the story with Chrysanthi and maybe Leah or Liz, but I actually have somebody that's under me, a customer who has not bought anything from me, but she has been severely depressed due to like losing her brother and getting a divorce. So my way of supporting her is to just check in with her once in a while. And she told me that I made such a difference just by doing that, because not really a lot of people do that. People don't take the time out to, you know, talk to somebody and check and make sure that they're okay. So even if you have people under you that necessarily aren't really buying anything from you, they might in the future. So it's important to include them and to still be there for them, because they could become kind of like potential customers. So I've kind of made a little list of stuff today. And I'm probably going to be a little repetitive because we all kind of saw the same presentations. But Melanie was talking about how you need to be willing to do the things that other people are not willing to do. So you can't be scared. You just have to put yourself out there. You have to work and show up every single day, even if it's a holiday. You know, I know you want to be with your family, but just checking in, doing a quick post. It could even be like, you know, not a failure, but like, hey, I'm having a piece of pie. So like, it just shows that you're real, and you're, you know, being consistent. And then Katie Urso is also talking about that, how when she first started, she was a teacher, so she didn't want to make her profile on Facebook public. And her coach was like, what the heck? Like, you need to be sharing this with everybody. So as soon as she went public and shared her imperfections and that she, you know, fails once in a while and that she's just a real authentic person, that's when things started to pick up. Have confidence. And if you don't feel confident right now, you need to fake it until you make it. So that's an important one. Setting a goal for yourself and doing whatever it takes to get there. And it's really important to tell someone else your goal, to be held accountable, which is what I'm trying to do. So I've told everyone I'm going diamond by the end of the month. So I have to do whatever it takes to get there. So it's a little scary, but I'm going to do it. Just being really authentic and relatable to people, because I feel like if you look perfect every day, if you show that you're eating healthy every day, it's not really realistic. So you need to show that you're a real person. And again, Katie was talking about how she was doing like a Instagram video or a Snapchat video where her hair is sticking straight up and she was calling people by the wrong name and just like all over the place. She's like, but that's what people want to see because they can relate to that. Also, being the coach that you want to have on your team, you know, just knowing that you would, like, I know that I would want to work with somebody who is real and relatable and similar to me and who kind of understands the things that I'm going through. Picking your 5. So it's important to choose 5 things that really kind of set you apart and show who you really are, that are not related to Beachbody. So it could be like family, it could be pets, it could be hobbies, maybe you like to travel. So it's really important to also be posting about things that are interesting and not just Beachbody stuff. And then there was another quote that I liked, and it was, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. So it's important not to be looking at people like Melanie or the, you know, Elite 10 and focusing on them so much that you're not doing what you need to do. So in order to win, you just need to kind of put your blinders on and just go. And then again, the success partner, they're talking about how you should really treat it kind of like a romantic relationship and keep it alive. And it was funny, but and how like you're going to go on dates and you're going to date around until you find the right success partner. And yeah, so, and your success partner, you might have many during your career. It might not be the first person that you deem your success partner, but you need to find somebody that like you kind of almost know they're the one. So again, like they really compared it to like a romantic relationship. And basically you kind of like do everything together, and it needs to be somebody that's going to be real with you and tell you like, hey, that post sucks, don't post that. Or not just like, oh yeah, you look great, that's great. So you just need somebody that's going to be like real with you. So and then they were talking about how you can even propose to your success partner and then and then post it with like a hashtag. I think it was like partner proposal or something. So I don't know. I thought it was really funny, but it was actually really useful. So of course now I'm like thinking like, who can my success partner be? And it really shouldn't be someone that's on your team. You should try to like branch out a little bit. So I think that's kind of all I had written down. I took a lot of notes, and like everyone else was saying, like it's kind of overwhelming. You get so much information, but it was just such an amazing experience, and it made me realize that I really want to do this and not go to my job every day because I'm sitting there like miserable and doing Beachbody stuff all day. So yeah, I think that's it for now.
Awesome. I love it. I love the success partner stuff. Oh my God, you're so funny. Okay. Kim, I'm trying to like not hold you guys hostage forever, but are you ready, Kim?
Keeping it real. I'm going to be super short and simple because I know that you guys have all talked about a million things and this could have been said already, but the biggest thing that, I don't even remember who said it, but it might have been Gary, but he kept talking about like everyone has the same amount of time in each day. And there's so many different levels of success, and success is a different definition for every single person, but it all comes down to what you're going to do with your time. So, and even Melanie said something about it today in her little live feed, that like it's all about what you do in that time. So I've been constantly going through my day thinking about, am I making the most of this minute? Am I doing everything I can be? And there's been so many times where I'm like, I'm mindlessly scrolling through Facebook. This is when I could be checking in. This is when I could be reaching out to other people to help them. This is when I could be doing my laundry so I don't have stress, whatever it may be. But it comes down to everyone has 24 hours. It's up to you if you want it. Like Jen was just saying, like, I know that this is what I want to do. I want to be at the new leader conference. I want to be 2-star. I want to be 5-star. I want to be 15. Yeah, it keeps going. I'm setting baby goals now, and I'm hoping that I can just keep setting new goals. And I'm just going to keep working. I'm going to do what I need to do in order to get there, and just don't stop. Don't find an excuse. Don't let the negativity seep in. And if it does, I reach out to you guys, because I got 24 hours to be successful. And like my husband had to tell me last night, get off your phone. It's time to go to bed, because I feel like I'm rehooked. So make the most of it, make your list, stay organized, and just really do what you want to do to make us your dream and make your dreams come true. Because it's you hold all the power. So I know everything else has pretty much been said. So that's the biggest thing that I took home.
Awesome.
Sweet.
I love it. And yeah, you're right. So I think just kind of to wrap up what everyone else said, first of all, I'm so happy to have had this experience with you guys that were there, because I just, it was great for us to be together and to just to get to know each other a lot more. And that was really fun. But, I think you guys, if you missed out on Summit, first of all, like we said, we're going to be sharing everything with you. Secondly, use this as fuel to not only be at next year's Summit, like buy your ticket for New Orleans if you haven't already, because you're not going to want to miss out, and it is going to get sold out, and then you'll be on a wait list and it'll be stressful. Just get on that list, buy your ticket and get to New Orleans with us next year. Second, there are Super Saturdays every single quarter. So there's one this Saturday. And no matter where you are in the country, there is a Super Saturday within driving distance. Get to a Super Saturday. And you're better off going to one of the bigger ones, because, and actually I think most of them are big now. But if you are in New Jersey, there's one in Seagirt. If you are near Philly, there's one in Philly. I think it's sold out right now, but you go on their page, you may be able to snag a ticket. There are even, I know Sherry and Shelby found there's one in Missouri. There's, there are great ones in Florida. So Jenna, I know you're in Florida. There's a huge one in Miami. There's one in Arizona. I forget who it was who was going to go to the one in Arizona. Like, they're everywhere, and you are going to get the experience that we had at Summit. You're going to get that pump up, everybody having a shared vision. Everybody, that's what it's all about, is everyone's on the same wavelength. There's no negativity. It's just pure energy, pure excitement, passion. And then finally, just to recap what I think both Jen and Kim were kind of saying, and I think we all kind of said this, be honest with yourself. We all have the same amount of time in a day. You absolutely do. And when you are sitting there and you're struggling, I want you to seriously be honest with yourself. And like Jen said, find a success partner who's going to be honest with you too, because you want to sit there. Like, you can't sit and say, well, I'm at SC0. There's nobody. No one's answering my stuff. No one's like, what are you doing? It's not rocket science, guys. Like, this isn't, there's no Beachbody University. Well, there kind of is, but that's like the coach training groups. But this isn't like, you don't need a cap and gown and a diploma to be able to do this. Do the 4 vital behaviors. That's it. You know, if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling uninspired, are you doing personal development? Are you truly doing personal development each and every day? Are you jumping on the National Wake Up Call? Are you coming on my team call? Are you listening to the videos we post? Are you reading a book? Are you, what are you really doing? Like I said, you guys, if you want to sit back and coach and just kind of coast and just whatever, that's totally fine. I'm not talking to you about this. But if you've got the big, hairy, scary goals that I have, and that I know so many other people, including the girl chugging a beer, have, like, then just do the damn thing. Like, do it. Jen posted an amazing calendar for us with like simple stuff. Cross them off. Find 5 new friends. Invite 5 people. And when I'm talking about inviting, again, I don't want you to word vomit. I don't want you to say, hey, would you like to join my blah, blah, blah. Form relationships with people. Let them know that you're not just after a quick sale. I'm just going to share this one thing with you, and then I promise I'm going to let you guys go. But the other day I was doing my friend requests, and there was a girl in like a local page, and I sent a friend request to her. She had posted something I had liked, blah, 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 blah. She has kids in the area. So I sent her a friend request, and she sent me a message saying something like, I don't appreciate you sending me a friend request just to advance your business. And it stung when she said that. It really did. I'm not going to lie. That hurt. And the only thing that got me through that was knowing that, was I trying to make a connection with her, hoping that one day maybe she'd be a customer? Absolutely. But I had absolutely no intention of reaching out, having her accept the friend request, and sending her a message saying, hey, will you join my challenge group? Because that's not how I roll, because I wouldn't want someone to do it to me. And it, like I said, it stung. It stung for her to say that. But the only thing that got me through that was knowing that I'm not that person. I don't intend to be that person. I truly want my challengers to have the best results. I want people to drink the Kool-Aid and feel as good as I feel when I'm surrounded by all of you guys and this network. Like, as I'm flipping through my pictures and showing Ryan my pictures, I just felt like, at one point we made a video of a few of us standing outside one of the buildings, like trying to get like a picture. And the girl who was taking the picture for us decided to do a video so that we could do like freeze frames and get the best picture, which there really was not a good picture because we're such nut jobs. But I was so glad to have that video, because that's gold. Like, to sit and watch tonight again for like the 50th time, to watch that video and to look back and watch the videos of us doing workouts together, it's like I'm watching me times 10. Like, we all are so different, but we're all so alike, and it's amazing. So, I'm so blessed to have you guys, and I know that I'm rambling all over the place, but it's just because I just love this opportunity. And hold on to that. Hold on to your love for what we do. And when you're sharing with people, let that shine through. And then if they say no, then that's what they're missing out on. So that's our piece. Summit was awesome. You guys have to be there next year, New Orleans. We're going to continue to give you the information that was rolled out. But like I said, please get in your back office. Please check the FAQs. There are so many amazing things coming down the pipe that, like, mind blowing. So that's all I've got. If anyone else has anything to add, if not, I'll let you guys go. And that's it, right? We'll do a coach opportunity call tomorrow night if you have anyone, just let me know so I can be prepared to do that. So we good? Yeah? Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing. Bye.
Awesome. Bye-bye.
Bye.